Great. So I'm so pleased for you to be here right now. I'm going to be talking about the success mindset, and I really hope you're going to get some motivation from this, that you're going to be able to figure out a few things, because sometimes we can get stuck in a rut. You might be going through some extreme stress, but I promise you, when you go through those moments of stress or a breakdown, that is your opportunity for a breakthrough. Many people get the two very mixed up, and they feel as if the breakdown, of course, brings you down and there's no way out. But like I said on yesterday's live Facebook, in those opportunities of taking that risk and investing and going beyond your comfort zone, that is where the transformation really happens. That is where we're going to get the success, get the results that we really want out of life. And today, as I said, it's all about the success mindset. Now, when it comes to success, and there's something that I've studied for a long period of time, and if you think about the nature of what I do, I'm getting someone from where they are suffering an issue or an experience or a conflict, and then getting them the result that they want, so getting them the success. And I've read lots of books on successful entrepreneurs and inspirational people, and I listen to podcasts around these people, and one thing I've really began to realize that we can have the successful mindset far easier than you actually may think. It may take time to implement, but if we get this mindset down, if we allow it to be a way of living, we will begin to truly expand upon our results at a level that gives us so much emotional freedom. So the success mindset, to me, it all comes down to really one thing, and that is belief. You see, if you've got athletes out there going for competitions, the one who's going to really win, even if that one athlete is maybe competing with another athlete, and that person might not have all the resources or all the abilities, I really believe the person with the most belief is going to be the one who's going to really succeed in the immediate and also the long term. So when it comes to success, it's really about our belief system. It's about what happens on the inside of us. Because you see these athletes, whether it be soccer players, they might have all the skills and all the expertise, all the muscle that they need, all the athleticism they need. But sometimes they'll go into a spell where they're not producing the results. And that's all mental game. And we probably know many people in the athlete world who have been so good, and then for a season or for a period of time, they start to wane. And you can even see it in their physiology. It's like the belief is not quite there. So to me, the person with the most belief in something is going to get the result that they want. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, I do not have belief systems. So I'm going to be covering that. If you don't quite have the belief in yourself just yet, say you have a monetary goal of getting $10,000 every single month, and that's beyond you because it just feels so far away, don't worry, I'm going to help you with that. Even if it's about becoming more confident or letting go of a fear or phobia you've had all your life and it just feels like your identity, we can still build belief into our daily experience, and that will grow into success. So when it comes to belief, we know if you have enough belief in yourself, or even a higher power, or even in something external from you, if you have total belief in that, your brain is going to figure out Oh, my mum just said love you. So thank you, mum. Thank you for joining this live feed on Facebook. If we have enough belief in ourselves, our brain will actually gear itself up and even begin to wire itself up into getting the opportunities, seeking and digging deep into the resources, into getting your success and getting your results. And that's all I'm about. I want to be able to help you get the successful mindset. And it all comes down to the belief system. Henry Ford said, whether you think you're right or wrong, you're right. What does that really mean? Well, it really means if you believe in something enough, you're going to make it happen. You're going to have that as your agenda. That's going to be your expectation. You see, your evaluations of what you make out of life, what do you make out of your goal or even out of your issue, your expectations become your evaluations and expectations become your reality. See, if you think enough or you have that belief in the lack of, you're going to only see examples of the lack of or the issue or the conflict or whatever it may be. Your belief system will dictate your results. If you believe money is a bad, evil thing, guess what? You're never going to have a great, healthy, abundant life because you're actually repelling it. You're telling your brain to push it away because it's evil and it's horrible. If you really believe that all men or all women are bad or they do certain things, guess what? You're going to attract that into your life. You're going to get that type of person into your life to make that belief system a reality for you. You see, your brain is geared up to serve you. Now, if you have a belief system which is not serving you, then your brain will look for the evidence to still make that true, or to find evidence which makes you believe that it's true. If you see anyone, when it comes to belief systems, if they have a total belief in the lack of, it is a real hard struggle to shift that person, even if they get given all the facts about that situation, if they get the facts of the science of it, the belief in that person is still so strong, no matter what you give them, they're going to stay the same. And I'm sure you've probably experienced that too when it comes to maybe a goal of yours you want to achieve, or if there's an issue that you want to let go of. You've had that belief system for so long, no matter how many times I've told you that you're worthy and you're good enough, because you know I say that all the time, that you're worthy and good enough and capable. No matter how many times I say that, no matter how many books you read, no matter how many audios you listen to, that belief's still there, then you're going to just look for you could say the evidence to make that true, despite the evidence or the factual evidence telling you otherwise. So belief is the defining factor between your success and the success mindset. But you may be wondering, how can we get that success mindset to work for us? I mean, if you think about it, if you have a limiting belief in yourself, you are great at developing belief systems. You've been doing that belief system for so long, that negative one, that it becomes a reality. So the good news is you are a professional at creating belief systems. It might not be for the best purpose or the best outcome for you or getting the results that you want, but you've managed to do it once, and that means you're able to do it again. But let's go ahead and make sure we do it that serves us, that we create belief in ourselves that gives us that opportunity to grow and to thrive and to be who we really want to be. So you have the ability to create belief systems. You have the belief systems inside of you manifesting and creating things already. So you have the perfect strategy, but you may be doing the strategy in the wrong way. Okay, it might not be yielding the results you want because it's a little bit misguided, but we have the opportunity and the resources to get the belief into our life that actually serves us. So the first thing we have to do is consider the type of belief that we want in our life. For many of you, it might be the belief of, sorry, my Periscope's going down because I haven't got much memory on this. If you're on my Periscope, you might have to jump onto Facebook to finish this because it's going to be very important, but we'll see how it goes. When we think about the belief system, we have to gain experience in that belief, even if you don't believe it quite right now. So there's really two ways of gaining belief systems. Of course, there's many ways, but I want to give you two important ones which will really create that momentum in your belief system. So the first one is you have to break down sometimes your goals or your outcomes to build belief. So if your belief is to be worthy and good enough, but it feels so far away from you and so out of sync that you think, oh my God, I can't get to that. It's just too far beyond me because I've had this issue for so long. Then we must build smaller belief systems step by step, which will create momentum. If you want to be able to make more money, and if you say, I want $10,000 a month, but that's way beyond your imagination right now, you build the belief system in smaller steps. You first go for $1,000 a month. You start to attract that, you begin to get it, and allow yourself to get that $1,000, and then you're like, now I've got $1,000. What I'm going to do, I'm going to now get $1,500. Because that's far more believable. We're building belief system inside of ourselves. If it's about low self-esteem, you think of the things that you are good at. So if you don't believe you're worthy or good enough, think about something that you are good enough. Are you good enough to get up and get dressed in the morning? I'm sure you are, because you probably do that. Are you good enough to be able to walk? Are you good enough to be able to drive? And I'm sure you'll be able to find 1 or 2 or 100 things which will give you the reality where you do have some belief in you. It might not be as powerful as you want, as being worthy and capable and good enough in every way, but there is some belief in your life in some way. So you begin to tap into that. And as you begin to tap into that belief system, and you begin to then expand upon it, you will then begin to grow it, and it will begin to actually gain momentum to the next one. I've said this a few times. When I started out doing my podcast, my goal was just to get about 10 people. Once I got 10 people, I went up to about 200 people. Once I got that, I went up to 500, and then 1,000, then 50,000, and then 200,000. And when it got to that level, it allowed me to build belief in what I was doing. But if I started off and said, I'm going to get 200,000 downloads every single month as I just published my first podcast, I would never probably even carried on podcasting, because that would have created so much fear, so much scarcity, so much doubt. It would have felt so unrealistic for me. So to get the winning success mindset, you have to build belief from the bottom up. You need to create those foundations. So you do that by pulling in what you do have in your belief and then expanding on it, then going beyond your comfort zone that bit more, and generating and creating more. As you begin to do that, your brain will begin to be rewired to look for more belief system in yourself. So if you're not believing you're good enough right now, focus on things that you are good enough and that you are worthy. If you want to earn more money, focus on what you can achieve right now. If you have a goal or dream and you don't know how to get there, focus on the 1 or 2 things that you can do. If you do those things, little by little, the small steps, that will soon create the big leaps in your belief system. So that is the one great way of building belief system in yourself. Now, the other way, which is I truly love in every way as well, is that if we do not have the belief in ourselves, we begin to tap into our purpose and our vision and our mission. You see, if you have a belief such as, or you want the belief of being worthy and good enough, you then feel that that's too far away from you. It scares you off. You feel fear, you feel doubt, all those things. You start to instead turn on what that belief will get you. Tap inside what will allow you to make it feel alive. So if you think about the belief of being worthy, what will that get you? I'm sure it's probably going to get you the most wonderful, profound relationship with yourself and other people than you can ever imagine. Because if you're worthy and good enough, you're shining and you're being the person you want to be. So when you think about doing things like that, you will start to build more belief system because there's more energy behind it. There's more passion behind it. So if you really want to be able to get that belief system, you begin to tap in behind the purpose of wanting what you want. If you want more money, for example, like I said, if you want to generate $10,000 a month, you may do the first step of doing the small steps. But at the same time, so simultaneously, you begin to think about your mission and your vision of what that $10,000 a month will get you. It may allow you to actually invest in charities, to give that money away. It might allow you to provide support for your brother or your sister, your mother or your father. And then those feelings will actually drive you forward and give you more belief. It might not be as profound straight away, but it'll definitely give you that kickstart. That'll give you that energy to take action on what you want. So the two core ways are the way I just mentioned, which is tapping into your mission and your vision. If you tap into your vision and your mission behind your goal, you will develop the success mindset and get the beliefs that you want. The other way was ultimately you build in the steps as you go along. You build momentum by maybe chunking down a little bit, going to smaller steps. Once you achieve that, you go to the next one, you go to the next one, and then you keep on going and going and going until you start to really believe in yourself, or to hit that monetary goal, or to achieve the goal of your dreams, or to be free of anxiety, worries, depression, blushing, whatever it is. You begin to tap into it because you're creating the momentum in your unconscious mind. You see, belief systems are not consciously run and maintained. You don't choose consciously what you believe in. You see, beliefs are taken on and absorbed at an unconscious level. That is why we find it very hard to shift those limiting beliefs that we may have. And that is why it's so hard to argue with someone with facts and reasons, despite they may even know that their belief is wrong. They will still carry it on to their dying day and just holding on to it because that belief is unconscious. But by doing those two steps, you begin to retrain your unconscious mind. You begin to thrive and get it to work for you. You begin to break down the limitations. You begin to break down the limiting illusions that we buy into, whether it be from society or people around us, or whether it be from our own experience or that little voice inside our mind saying we can or we cannot do something. We begin to break that down and see it for an illusion of what it truly is. That, to me, can be the defining factor in getting the success mindset. We really need to tap into our mission and our vision. I know I talk about myself, but I know myself the most, and I'm always thinking on the inside. So when I think about what I'm doing right now, am I doing this to get paid? Am I doing this to ultimately, sorry, 1 second, my battery's going low on Periscope. Am I doing this to create stress in my life? Am I doing this because I'm bored of it? Of course not. I'm passionate about it. I love it. I thrive off it. I hope you can get my energy right now, but I love talking about this. It fires me up. I love speaking to you guys. I really like hearing your comments, your reviews on my apps, the podcast. I'm doing it because this, I believe, is my mission and my purpose. I came into this in a completely different way. I came into it because I was suffering from issues. So I came into it by mistake, you could say. But in the end, it created this huge drive in me, this huge mission and vision that I want to help as many people as possible. And that's why I get on here every couple of days or every day sometimes, and to provide as much as I possibly can. I do it because I love it, and it builds more belief in what I'm saying through the results that I'm getting each and every day. So to build the successful mindset, you have to generate that belief system. And in a small way, step by step, day by day, learning as you grow, learning from your so-called failures, learning from everything, becoming flexible in your ability to do what you want to do, and you start to build that belief while tapping into your mission and your vision for why you want to achieve that goal. Because if I said to you, what is your goal? You said to earn more money. I could give you $1, and guess what? You've achieved your goal. You got more money, you got the extra $1. But you'd be like, Joseph, I don't want just an extra $1. I want X amount. And then we break it down even further. What will that $10,000 a month give you? And then we tap into the reason, the values, the passion, the purpose of all the things that will get you having achieved your goal. And you can tap that out into any conflict you want to let go of, any goal or dream you want to achieve. That is the way we do it. Takes time, but guess what? It is a wonderful learning process. You'll feel so much more achievement than ever you can ever possibly imagine, because you're doing it each and every day. It becomes a lifestyle. You do not go down the gym once and expect to have the perfect body and even maintain it. You go down consistently. You begin to act out these perfect ways. You do not eat healthy once and expect everything else to be perfect. You do things consistently. You don't go to your job and work one day and expect to get paid for the whole year. You begin to do it consistently. And we must do this with our mind. We must educate, we must learn, we must grow, we must tap into that passion, take out those action steps, take massive and inspired action. And that is where success begins to happen. So I hope you enjoyed this episode on Periscope. This is like one of my first times I've been doing it. I think I've done it once before. I'm going to be getting on far more often now, at the same time with Facebook as well. If you're enjoying these, go ahead and share and like on Facebook. And if you're on Periscope, share as well and tap on those hearts. The more hearts you get, the more it gets put out there into the world. And I really believe in paying it forward. In fact, that's, you could say, why I do what I do. I got so much transformation inside myself and so much value out of learning all these tools that it fills me up with gratitude or happiness or excitement and passion to be able to keep on doing it. As I said, I'm tapping into that mission and vision and energy as to why I do what I do. So have a great day, guys. I'm going to put this audio up onto my app very soon, in the next couple of days. Leave a comment on Facebook to let me know how you're getting on. I've got some exciting news very soon about mind mastery. It's going to be absolutely epic if you want success in your life to the extreme level where we hold each other accountable and get the success that we want. So very quickly, Laura says, how do you tell what your purpose in life is? It's a good question. What I personally do, I think about what makes me most happy. I tap into the feeling that I want to experience most in life. If that is happiness, passion, purpose, the feeling of being alive, or getting freedom in working outside all the time, I then tap into the feeling that I want to experience most, and then I find the thing that I like to do which resonates and matches that feeling. When we begin to do that, magic begins to happen. So Alison said, what is written up on my arm? That's a good question. So it's actually, enlighten the illusionary darkness, there is only love. I am the everlasting moment of oneness. I am love. That's what it means in Sanskrit. So I created that, got someone to paid for it, got it proof checked, all those kind of things, and put it right on my arm right there. Because when you think about it, that's my purpose as well. Enlighten the illusionary darkness, there is only love. I am the everlasting moment of oneness. I am love. That is my purpose. That is my passion. That's what I feel about life. Providing love, helping people, all those type of things. That is what I do. So I went over the top there, but I love it. And I really think, as I said, building up the success mindset, you begin to tap into your mission, your vision, your energy as to why you want what you want, and then act upon it with conviction. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you hopefully tomorrow or Monday. So speak to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.